I've been awake for 15 minutes. Good morning, everyone. I am Jacquline Babler. If no one has ever met me, or if you haven't been on a Zoom, it's been a while for me. I'll be honest, Shannon messaged me yesterday and I was like, ugh, 6 o'clock in the morning. I clearly am not a morning person. I love to sleep in if I can, even though I am a thriver, I do like to still sleep in. And I am not fully awake until I've had my full thrive. And unfortunately, you guys get me when I've had only about 2 sips of my shake. So happy Monday. So like I said, Shannon, it's been a while. Remind me, are we still doing the gratitude and all that in the morning?
Yes, ma'am. We do gratitude, a very quick rundown of team news, or not team news, company news, because we have different teams on now. So we just do company news. And then you go into your meat and potatoes.
Okay, so perfect. So, and sorry, you guys, I've got like sinus issues. If anyone is in the Midwest, or maybe it's everywhere, but allergies are horrible, horrible. I just wish spring would show up because it's raining and like 50 degrees out where I am. And this has been our spring. So, all right. So if you guys have a notebook, if you don't, grab a napkin, grab whatever is next to you. Maybe even your phone. If you're a young person, I am not like that. I am older generation, but I like my notebook. I have about 5 of these in my bedroom at all time. I have one in my purse, you guys. I am like crazy old school notebook all the time. But take some time here and write down what you guys are pretty much, what's your gratitude. So it's kind of funny to me because the topic that we picked today too is when life gives you lemons, and I'll get into that. But just being, I try to teach my children this, and it's just being grateful for what you have. And sometimes we forget what we have and we need a little reminder. We go through life and we're all busy, right? And we forget what the little things are. And I did a post last night, not even thinking about this, but just popped in my head is, it's all the things. We all get busy with our life and stuff, and there's things filling it. And your things are different than my things. But at the end of the day, we have all these things. And sometimes these things take up our whole entire day and we are left with nothing else. And that's where I always say, that's where I'm thankful for my Thrive, my Black Label, because at the end of the day, there's not much left of me. Like I said, I'm not a morning person. People in my household know not to talk to me until I've had my Thrive. Used to be my coffee, but now it's my Thrive. But by the end of the day, I am worn. I am stretched. But the thing is, even being worn, stretched, crabby, tired, exhausted, I am still grateful that I have my children, that I have a roof over my head, that I have this business as a side gig, and that I guess for me that I'm just grateful every morning. Like when I wake up, I have gotten out of the habit of doing my gratitude journal, and I'll be the first to admit it. And that's kind of the topic today of what I've gotten out of the habit to doing. But I still, and every day, will get up and I still thank God every day. I have a breath in me. Thank you. I get another day. Thank you. I, can turn on my lights. I've got electricity. I can take a hot shower. It's the things that we forget that every day that we have. So just take a minute, write down even the little things. If you guys don't think you have anything, I know there's some days that we all, and excuse me if you got little kids in the background, we all feel like shit. And we think, God, my life sucks right now. I don't have anything. Nothing's going right. There's always something. So if anyone wants to share, you guys are more than welcome to. None of us will bite. At least through the phone. No. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take a sip real quick then, because this is gonna be warm by the time I'm done talking. I talk fast, you guys. And again, I'm gonna scroll right through it. I don't know if I even know anyone that's on here really. So I'll do a quick overview then. Okay, so Jacquline Babler, I almost said my middle name. I don't know why, but Jacqueline K. Babler is what I was going to say. But okay, so Jacqueline Babler, you guys, I have been thriving for 5.5 years. I joined this business off of a sample, and I wanted to prove a friend wrong, you guys. And again, like when I said before, I am not a morning person. So my mornings used to look like I would wake up only because I had to get my kids ready for school. I was an at-home mom. I had worked corporate world, you guys, for many, many years, and I was in a different network marketing company. When I hit my goal, I quit working that because I wanted to be home with my kiddos. I was missing moments of my kids' lives. And I realized that one day when I was sitting at work on speakerphone, and my nanny that was taking care of our children at the time, she was doing a speaker conversation while she had my sick kids at the doctor. She was comforting them. They were sick, and my kids used to ask, when are you going to work so Whitney could come? And I was like, oh my gosh, my kids prefer hanging out with their nanny than their mom. So that was an eye opener for me. So that is part of my why. And our whys change all the time, but that was part of my why, is to be able to be at home with my kids, to not miss those moments, to be able to take them to the doctor, to be the one that was taking them to parent teacher conferences. She was preparing them breakfast, lunch, and sometimes dinner, because I missed all those things. That is one thing that I am very firm on now. We all sit down as a family to eat dinner. If we can. We have sports now, as they are getting older, really is putting a damper on that. But I'm pretty adamant about that, because those are the little things. Those are the little moments that I'm not going to get back, right? So I'm going to put this down just a little bit. I feel like I'm talking up. So this business has taught me that those moments that we can't get back are the moments that we can have having this side gig. It makes it possible, for me at least. So like I said, I joined off of a sample. So if you guys are getting samples out, please do so. That sample turned into me flipping from one network marketing company to this one, because I noticed a difference on day one, and I haven't stopped talking about it since, you guys. Have I fallen back some days? Yes. And again, that's kind of today's topic, but I went 4K probably my first week, 12K in our first 27 days. I spent a long time at 40K. Well, not 40K, sorry. I went 40K, then 80K the next month, going through a divorce. And that is like my biggest jump. And that's because that was part of my why. That was because I had no other choice. I took option A and I threw it, and I said, okay, this is my only option. Option B is no longer an option because I'm going through a divorce. I need to provide for these children. So I sat at 80K for a while, then I went 200K, and then we lost rank. And I'm very blunt, very open, black and white about my journey here, you guys. I don't sit there and tell everyone I went 80 or 200K and I have maintained, because I think that's unrealistic. I think I'm that person that wants to say life happens. We can't do this business without our team, but we also have to keep ourselves accountable, if that makes any sense. So that's my little short story. So you guys, when I told Shannon, I don't know if you guys were on here when I jumped on, I said, God, it's been a while. Remind me how to do this. So I got on, 3 weeks ago, maybe, when Chas got on, because let's be honest, we all love Chas. She's amazing. And Blaze, I know you, Blaze. Chas is amazing. I missed, hearing her, just feeling me, and I knew that I needed that. And I had already been kind of off for a while, and I feel like, I told Shannon that even. I said, I feel like I have been disconnected for a while. Well, you guys, in February, I decided I needed to get out of the house. I have always just had this side gig, and this was kind of my full-time deal. And I'm a blended family. We're not married, but it's still a blended family. We live together. We have 5. Okay. So my twins turned 13 yesterday. Okay. And we have 5 teenagers between the 2 of us. So 5 teenagers, all in high school, all doing sports, all running all over the place. And I was like, okay, I can't sit in this house anymore. I'm getting bored with my life. You know, I need to get out. I need to share things. So if you are working, count that as a blessing. I used to brag up how I did have to work. I didn't have to interact with people if I didn't want to. I could just go to Target whenever I wanted to, and that would be the people I would interact with. But I have found that I'm a people person, and this business is a people person business too. So you guys can sit behind your phones and work your business 100% Facebook. But I'm going to tell you, belly to belly is amazing too. So when people can actually see you wearing that DFT, which mine is underneath here, but when people can see you wearing that and they ask you, you know, questions, that's where you're getting that connection with people. And I feel like after the whole COVID thing, we've lost our connection with people, right? We have learned to just stay behind our phones. We've learned not to talk to people, and we need to get back out there and be humans to each other. And I kind of had an eye opener last Thursday. I had to bring my car in, you guys. We had a hailstorm here in Wisconsin/Minnesota. I was actually on the bridge between the 2 states. When the storm hit, I was actually on my way to a local that I was hosting. And the funny thing is I was thinking about trading my car in. I had been talking to a dealer, and all of a sudden it started raining, and I saw the clouds, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't look too good. And all of a sudden it started hailing a little bit, and then it hailed a lot, and then it was golf ball size hail. So there I was sitting on the side of the road, and I called my mom, and I was like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't like, do I need to climb in the back seat, blah, blah, blah. My windshield had started cracking and all this. And so I still went to the local, you guys. As I was driving, I could hear the wind coming in my car from the shattered glass. But I still made it to the local. We finished the local. My car now, I got it in the shop finally on Thursday. But when I was driving there, you guys, my life now recently, I don't know what happened, but I went back 17 years with my panic and anxiety. And I spent last Thursday probably 9 full hours in a panic attack. Now, if I would have had to been at work, I probably would have. Well, I was at work. I started working in February, a part-time job at a nonprofit, but I had to leave early, and then I had to take my car in, and I sat in traffic. But here's the thing, you guys, when I got there, my hands were shaking so bad. The lady behind the counter gave me a reminder, and she goes, are you okay? And I said, actually, and again, I'm a very blunt person. I said, I'm in the middle of a panic attack. And she's like, oh, honey. She got me a glass of water, and she said, I'm a human being, and I can relate. We're all humans. We're here to help each other. She's a total stranger, never met her. And it was a reminder to me that we don't get out enough. We are not being good humans to each other, like face to face. We can sit, you know, on our phones. I sit there and say like, oh, I'll pray for you. I'm here for you. Good luck. Congratulations. We can do all that in our comments on Facebook, but it's when you actually are face to face with someone, I feel like that's when we get to make lives change. So get out there, do some belly to belly, you guys, make that your goal. So topic today, when life gives you lemons, and I just shared with you my panic attack last Thursday. It has been a very long time since I've had them, and I've had anxiety and panic since. So how am I getting back out there? You guys, like I said, took a nonprofit job in February to get out there, to start interacting with more people. And I feel like I did it for the purpose of, 1, I get to help other people. 2, it's in the area that I totally love. It's at a church, which I'm a total person, a faith person, you guys. So to me, it was up my alley. I get to do newsletters, which I love doing graphic stuff. So I found something that I was passionate about, that I get to help other people, but at the same time, I knew I could still expand my business, right? So I'm getting my word of mouth out there. What happened was I found myself stretched. I found myself getting out of routine. And so I'm waking up earlier than I normally would. I'm trying to get kids ready for school. I'm getting ready for work, which I have not done literally in 12 years. And you guys, I would come home and I would have 2 hours before having to get the kids. So I was starting to use that as an excuse. Okay. And as the days went on, I got more and more out of routine. So I think with this business, we need to stay in routine, because then things become habits, right? We break those habits so easily. It wasn't that I was doing much I wasn't doing much else differently. It's just I added 4 hours a day, which you would think would be nothing. But then I was like, okay, now I didn't have time to do this, this, and this. So this went into here, and now I've got kids' sports. And then by the end of the day, I would say, and I would go, oh my gosh, I haven't even done a post. I haven't talked about Thrive. Why isn't my business growing? Why am I losing people? Why are people not reaching out to me anymore? So I started getting frustrated, and I went from, I had told you guys I had lost 200K. I went from being 80K down to 40K. And I was like, gosh, and then I was getting more frustrated. And when I finally realized that I needed to, it was when that leadership retreat went out, and I re-ranked to 80K. But I thought, gosh, why do we do this? Why do we so easily lose rank? Not even rank, we lose our way, we lose our direction because we get a little busy in life, we get out of habit, we get out of routine, and then things start to crumble. And then a promo comes and we work our asses off. No different than the end of the month. About 5 days before the end of the month, everybody's working hard, right? And then we kind of get pissed if we don't make our goals. So we all get busy, right? We all have busy lives. We can say that till we're blue in the face. We all are busy, okay? But are we using our busyness to build our business, or are we using it to kill our business, okay? So I like to say that, we tend to focus on what's not working too during those times that we're super busy. That's where I try not to focus on the negative, but I'm going to tell you, I feel like, what's the first thing someone says, when they ask you, how's your business doing? Oh gosh, I haven't signed a promoter. That will be my first thing. I haven't signed a promoter for months. All my personally enrolled, they're not doing as well as I would, like them to do. And I've been trying to help them. I'm trying to build them. I haven't got a sample out in 2 weeks. I used to get 5 samples out a day. I haven't got one out in about 2 weeks. So here we are focusing on the negative, right? Everything that's going wrong is what we're focusing on. But why aren't we focusing on the wins? Why aren't we saying, oh my gosh, I re-ranked a couple months ago. Why aren't we saying I'm still thriving for free? I'm helping my customers thrive for free. Focusing on the negative is only going to bring us more down, and it's going to bring more negative. So we tend to get in our own way. So that's kind of like where I would fully admit that we get in our own way. We focus on the negative, and therefore we just kind of give up. I feel like, we stop doing the things that we need to do. So how do you move forward? So I listened to this guy the other day, and I totally did not write down his name, but I took notes. If anyone knows me, I take notes all the time. So I listened to him the other day, and then I subscribed to his channel because he was kind of like slapping me in the face. Like, this is Jacqueline, this is your wake up call. And he said, when you're stuck in your business, are you stuck in your business, or are you stuck at a rank? So, and it didn't make sense to me, and I rewound and I re-listened, I rewound and re-listened, and then I finally got it. It made sense. It said, you might be stuck in your business because you're not doing the work, okay? But someone else might be doing all the work, but stuck at rank. So here's the thing, we can either be like not doing anything, and that's where we get stuck in our business, or we could be doing everything right. Because, you know, there'd be times that Stephanie would check in with me and she's like, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing this, 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 and this. And she's like, you're doing all the right things. Keep going, keep going. That's when you're stuck at rank. That's when you just are doing the do, but you just can't move because, you know, it's just you know, what you've been dealt with right now. But the thing is what you're doing now is going to reflect in 3 months. But now, if Stephanie were to ask me, like, what are you doing, Jacqueline? I could honestly say, like, I'm not consistently doing my birthday wishes. You guys, I signed up 6 customers probably 4 months ago doing birthday wishes, just birthday wishes, getting samples out. 6. Why am I not doing it every day? Because I broke that habit. And I'm the first one to call myself out on my own crap. So it is sometimes fear, I feel like, too. I feel like sometimes, you know, when you talk to people, like, why aren't you doing this? And I can tell you, someone on my team the other day, we were speaking of birthday wishes, she said that I'm not comfortable, Jacqueline, doing what you do. I'm not comfortable sending someone a personal birthday wish because I get right into people's messenger, you guys. That's just me. I never used to. I kind of said, screw it, why not? But she told me, she's like, I'm not comfortable doing that, Jacqueline. And she's like, someone said something once to me and I got my feelings hurt. So is it fear that holds us back too? Because that's the thing in this business, you're going to have to get out of your own way and be like, people are going to tell me no. People are going to talk crap about this business. People are going to make fun of it and say it's a pyramid scam. People are going to say you can't make any money. People are going to say those stickers you can't just slap on your skin and they're going to work. Okay. We're going to hear it all. The thing that they can't say is that we pay all this money and we don't, you know, to start up for a business and stuff, because we don't here because it's free, which is awesome. But people are going to be haters and it's okay. Because what they don't know, they don't know. And I can tell you, before I was introduced to this business, I probably would have rolled my eyes too. I'll be honest. I would have been like, there's no way. I'm a 9-to-5 girl. I do my job. I have to, you know, I like to drive into my work, earn my check that way. It's consistent. There's no way that someone could ever retire themselves from working outside of the home. That's just the way I thought, you guys. So you need to get over the fear of what people think about you. And that is so hard in this world, so hard, because we all, you know, we hear what people say, and sometimes it does, it hurts our feelings, even though we can say, you know, it doesn't bother me, whatever, say what you want, this, you know, this business is extra income that I'm getting. I know it's working for me, but we still hear those voices and it still can get to us. So, but here's the thing, you guys. Stop forgetting why you started. Let me ask you, how did you legit think about how you legit felt when you started this business? The moment you realized Thrive is working, I feel amazing. Because I can tell you, day one, I had more energy and I didn't have coffee. Like, literally, I've not had coffee in the morning for 5.5 years. I have a cup of coffee in the afternoon, but I don't need it to wake me up. I don't need it to get me through the day. So that's after day one, when I realized I haven't napped and I haven't had coffee, it hit me. And it was crazy because it was like, okay, that's what it was supposed to do, right? Because that's what the person that gave me the sample told me. So then day two, when it happened, I was like, okay, damn, I'm signing up. So when did that hit you guys? When did it hit you that Thrive has given you more energy, made you feel better? You didn't have the aches and pains. Whatever it was, that is the feeling I want you guys to think about again. When you were sharing this because you were excited, I want you guys to remember that, because that's what's going to grow your business again. That's what's going to get you, if you have been just kind of posting stuff and you're not that excited. When's the last time you guys went live and you were like, oh my gosh, let's do an unboxing? I haven't done one of those forever, legit forever. People get excited when you're excited, when they hear your voice, when they see you smiling. So if you guys haven't gone live lately, in your stories is huge. If you haven't gone live on your timeline, if you haven't done an unboxing, ask yourself why. Because you look like crap, because you haven't showered, because your hair and makeup's not done. If that's your excuse, get over it. I go live all the time. You guys, seriously, I just rolled out of bed 4 40 minutes ago. This is, and I don't even have a bra and I threw a sweatshirt on. Like, I don't care. I just go live because I realize people don't want to see that fake me anymore. People don't want to see the me behind all the filters. They want to see you. They want to know who you are. They are going to buy the products from you because you're real, because you're sharing your story. So just remember why, like I said, why you were so hungry for this business when you first started. That's what's going to restart your fire. Again, I haven't shared my story with people for a while on Facebook. I share, you know, like, people probably think of me as just the collagen girl lately because that's all I've shared about is the collagen gummies and the Pink Pearl because I absolutely love it. Those are the two things. And I go and get my hair colored today. And I told the lady, I texted her and I said, it's not gonna be a root touch up anymore. It's gonna be an all over color because my hair has grown so much. Like literally, like my grays are this long, and I have been breaking up the collagen products because it works so well. My last 4 customers have all been on the collagen. Why? Because that's all I'm talking about. Okay. So people are going to know you for what you share. So again, I need to get excited. I need to share the 3 steps. I need to share my story again, because I know there's other tired mamas out there that are drinking a pot of coffee like I used to do. That on top of that pot of coffee, I used to go through Starbucks, not once, sometimes twice or 3 times a day. I love it. Yeah. Can you imagine? Ugh, gross. But that is the only way I knew how to get through the day. So, again, we need to get back to being excited because it's the only thing. That's the only thing that's going to show that these things are working too. What else did I write down? If you're not sharing daily, when you're only working for promos. Again, I shared with you guys, like, I had lost rank. And what really pushed me is I wanted to prove to myself. It wasn't to prove to anyone else, but it was to prove to myself. Like, I went to the leadership retreat 3 years ago when they had their first one. And when I had dropped down to 40K, that really got to me. It really, I almost gave up on myself, I feel like, inside a little bit. And I was being the Debbie Downer, like, oh my gosh, my business has dropped, blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing as well. And that's where the negative talk got into my head. And I just kept telling myself, like, you know, I'm just going to be stuck here for a while. But when that leadership retreat came out, I pushed myself. But to me, shame on me for working my business just for a promo. I should be working it every day just because I know what it can do for me and what it can do for my family. You know, I get crabby when I can't afford to do certain things because I brag how I'm a yes mom. That now Thrive has made me a yes mom. I get to tell my kids yes all the time. But my kids have recently asked me for some things, and I'm like, I don't have the money for that. I don't have the money for that. You know, yes. Do I have my oldest in private lessons for pitching? I do. Did it cost me a lot? It did. His coach just called me and said, summer camp is, you know, coming due. Would you like to sign him up? It's $900. And I went, shit. So I had to call my ex and say, okay, are we going to split this 50-50 or what are we doing here? But it's the things that I've always been able to say yes to. And now that my business has slowed down, and that's okay, because I take full responsibility of it, you guys. But I'm like, at any moment, all you gotta do is start working. All you gotta do is start talking and sharing, and I'll be back to where I was. So shame on me for only working it for the promo and not working it for my why. So personal development, I stopped doing it. I was doing it every day. I had a thing on the fridge, and my goal, I started a goal just saying I wanted to read 10 pages a day. That was my goal, 10 pages a day for personal development. Instead of listening to music when I was in the shower, I used to listen to YouTube, inspirational. I would find one that was at least 20 minutes long because that's how long my showers usually are. They've gotten shorter now that I have to work because I have to get in and out. But that's what I would do. That was my personal development. And it worked well, and I did well, and I felt amazing after doing it, and I was growing as a person. And then I started getting more tired at night. I would put the kids to bed, and I'm still thankful. Here's one of my gratitudes, you guys. My kids at 15 and the twins at 13 still individually let their mom come into their rooms and do prayers with them. That is one thing that I will always, always, always be grateful for. My 15-year-old just kind of does the motions, but he still allows me into his space one-on-one, and it opens up the time for us to talk about things if we need to, or if he's willing to. But again, I do prayers, and I come to bed and I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. And I have found myself just getting on my phone, scrolling through Facebook, doing my last post, because, you know, you got to do a last post before bed, right? This is when the market is, this is when your audience is the highest. So I do my Thrive post at night, and then I get on my phone and I start playing games. This book called The Garden, Inspiration Fable about ways to overcome fear, anxiety, and stress, which I probably should be reading, has been sitting with a bookmark, and it's such an easy read, you guys. Here's my bookmark. 3 months. 3 months. So I haven't picked this book up in probably weeks. So another thing, it's a habit, it's a routine. Are you guys doing self-development? Because I'm telling you, I didn't know about self-development until I started network marketing, and self-development is huge. And if you get nothing out of this business, if your paychecks are $2 every week, but you got that, you know what, I need to do self-development, and you get on a Zoom about self-development, your life is better for it. Because self-development, I'm telling you, if you think about leaders, okay, think about any leaders that you follow in this business. In this business, doesn't have to be Thrive. Maybe you follow other network marketers, okay? Think about who they are, what they stand for, what they do, and what they don't do. They show up. They're on Zooms. They're participating in Zooms. Their life is just as busy as ours, you guys. Just because they've made it to the top does not mean that they're not busy running kids around, that life is happening, life, death, graduation parties. I don't even know what else could be going on in people's lives, but they show up, they do the things, even when they don't feel like doing the do. They're doing it, right? And I'll guarantee you 100% of those people are doing self-development. So it's something that I feel like whenever I start slipping out of my self-development, I start losing my way with my business. I start losing my way with myself. That's where I feel like I've lost Jacqueline and just doing the motions. I'm back to old Jackie. So I pulled the 4 books that are sitting. What I do is I have my book sitting on my end table. The top one is the one that I usually read for 10 minutes is what I've, I said 10 pages, but I usually read it for 10 minutes. Then I shut off my lamp and I can go to bed. My lamp goes off right away now, you guys. Literally, I used to take my rest because I knew it would take 15 minutes to kick in, and then that would be my time for reading. I get tired and I go to bed. Now I take my rest and I play video games. I'm not even doing myself a service. Like, it's like I'm giving up on myself. I'd rather fill my mind with video games before going to bed than self-development, which wonder why my anxiety is back. So The Garden is the one that's on the top for me. It's a book or an author that I've read from before called The Carpenter, but very short. It's interesting. It's a religious book, which I didn't even know it was going to be. My second book is a book from conference, you guys, that I ordered because someone told us about it, and I wrote it down. I have not even read what it's about, but it's called Praying for Your Elephant. I don't know if anyone's read it. And I know Patience went to conference with me and she got the audio because she hates to read. She said she can read 1 page and she's asleep. So don't use an excuse that you don't have time to read. There's audios. Everyone works differently, right? I can't do an audio with my ADHD. Like, I could be listening to an audio and then I'm thinking about 50,000 other things. That's why it works for me. And I guess I could do it when I'm in the shower, but it works for me to listen to YouTube self-development when I'm in the shower because I'm not doing anything else. I can't go anywhere. So podcasts, yeah. If you guys are into that, do podcasts. My third book, I bought this book, you guys, and I'm gonna tell you, The Spine is Not Broken. I bought this book probably 10 years ago, and I have not read it yet. I bought it when I started having problems in my marriage. And I know I need to read it. But my therapist has told me to read it twice now, and I finally found it in my shed in a box from when I've moved. So I have carried this thing with me for about 10 years, and it's called Boundaries. This is something that I'm going to be reading. It's my third book. Again, it's when to say yes, how to say no, to take control of your life. I am a yes person. I am a pleaser. I let people crap on me. And that's something that I felt like I stopped doing for a while after my divorce, but I'm going back into that. People will ask me for things, I do it, and I don't put myself first a lot of times. And I think that's a lot of us women do that too, because that's where I said at the end of the day, there's not much left of me. I've got 3 kids of my own, and I don't do much with my boyfriend's kids, but I've got 3 kids that are super, super, super busy. And that is my own fault. Okay. I put them in sports. I take all responsibility for that, but I still complain sometimes when I'm like in 3 different towns on the same night after working, and, God forbid, my oldest forgets everything. I will be halfway to school and he will forget his cell phone. He'll forget his cleats. He has missed the bus to get into his games. I mean, this child, I don't know where his brain is. But I run all over. So, speaking of that, and I know my mom and dad won't be on here, but my third stall of my garage is full of my parents' stuff. They're building a house, and she's asked me, I pick up their mail every day for them. I run and I get their stuff for them. I'm like, the hole just got dug last week, but for God forbid, her blinds and her curtains for her new house are in my garage. And I'm storing that for them until probably December, because I don't know how to say no to everyone. My last one is called For Relationships. This is a book that my girlfriend wrote, and I started reading it, and the print is so small that I can't read it at night. And I literally gave her my review. I'm like, holy crap, it's so small, but it's so good. But it's the 4 relationships, seeking connection in a world of disconnect, which doesn't that seem just fitting for us today, you guys? So dear friend of mine, love her, love her, love her. But just haven't got around to those. So you guys, I just want you to say, when you are feeling like you are lost, disconnected in life, in this business, I feel like they go hand in hand. If life is, giving you struggles, we tend to just fade away. What's the easiest to fade away first? Obviously, we if you guys are working full-time jobs, you can't do that, right? We have to pay the bills. We have to do the due. So what kind of is the first thing to suffer? And it's thrive. That's just the way I look at it. Maybe this is your full-time gig, and but still, I feel like it's pretty easy to fade away from something quickly when life happens. This is getting super thick, and I'm not sure why, because it usually has never done that, and it's getting warm, and I do mine in milk. So, the quote that I heard the other day was, you want a filet mignon lifestyle, but you have hot dog habits. And, it's so true that we need to check ourselves. And I think it was Star that said that earlier. And that's the thing, you guys, summers get busy, right? We all want to go lay around by the pool and feel like our business is going to run itself in the back office. The numbers are going to appear, auto ships are going to run, everything's going to be perfect, right? People are going to start reaching out to us. We don't have to reach out to them every day, right? Life is beautiful. God, don't you think that's how like Maria Diller does it? Like people just reach out to her. She doesn't have to do anything. That's a lie. So I feel like we want that perfect lifestyle. We want that filet mignon lifestyle, but sometimes our habits are like hot dogs. Okay. Not saying hot dogs are bad, but who doesn't want a filet mignon? Let's be real. That's where I feel like we need to like totally check ourselves. Like, are we doing the little things? This business is meant and designed to work in nooks and crannies of our days. And I have preached that since day one. I have told people, I have a girl on my team that works 4 jobs, you guys, single mom, 4 jobs. And I mean, she was probably only like hundreds away from 4K 1 month. Anyone can do this. Anyone can do this. Trust me. I could probably teach my 15-year-old to do this. He might be better at the social media than I am, but that's just because it's in their blood of all these young kids. But legit, I have that girl on my team, 4 jobs. And I'm like, God, girl, I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you do this. And I keep telling her that. And she's like, well, I have a why. I've got debt that I need to pay off. I went through a terrible divorce. I have to show up for my son. I have to show him, that I'm working, that I'm doing the do. And I told her, I said, I don't know if I could do that. But she is so focused and she's showing up, she's sharing. And here's the thing, she knows what her why is. When's the last time you guys looked at your vision board, dream board, whatever you call it? Mine's downstairs on the wall because I made an office space down there because that was the only space that was left with all these kids. But I don't even look at mine. And it's so sad. The last time I saw it was when I was grabbing stuff weeks ago for that local. So I was grabbing my Thrive stuff off my desk and I looked up, I'm like, oh, there's my dream board. And I just walked away. Is it present, you guys? Are you looking at that? Maybe you don't have a dream board. Maybe you have notebook or notepad, piece of paper, what am I thinking of? Post-it notes on the wall. In my bathroom, straight across from me, I've got 2 of them on the mirror. One's just a saying, and one is a quote out of the Bible about the mustard seed. And then one is just, I do not chase, I attract. What is meant to be will find me. Mine's on your phone. Yes. When I go into my shower, it's been there for like a year now, and I don't know if it'll ever come off because I use MAC lipstick, the most expensive lipstick, and I don't even wear lipstick anymore, but the most expensive lipstick I had, Marilyn Monroe color lipstick. That's the shade, Marilyn Monroe. So it is bright red. Okay. And I wrote it on my bathroom wall on the tile, not on the wall, on the tile. So every time I get in the shower, as I'm shampooing my hair, I am looking at this. And it says, I am 200K. And it says, I have the VIP Auto Elite bonus because that is my goal. That has been my goal for years. I have been like 2 customers short of getting that. And it just makes me sick. Now I need another promoter at 12K. You have to have 2 of them at 12K. I've lost my personally enrolled promoters. And that's okay. That's what happens in this business. But I know it, and I've written it on my wall. I've written X amount of money every week. That's what I want my paychecks to be consistently. Not that they've never been that dollar amount. I want them consistently. So it is in my face every day what my goal is. So I want to ask you guys though, my dream board, I haven't added to it in a year. Shame on me. So do you have one? If you don't have one, go make one. Mine's half done. You don't have to like fill the whole thing. You don't have to sit down and fill the whole thing. You can add to it. But the thing is to have something, to have goals, because I feel like if you don't have goals and you don't have a vision, you don't know what you're going for. So nothing is pushing you. Like when I said that I started working for that promo, that leadership promo that was going on, that was my vision, right? I pushed for it. I got it. I'm going on Thursday. But the thing is I've got all these other goals on my dream board. Why am I not pushing for those? Why am I not pushing? Like one of it is just like small checklist, bucket list places to visit. Nashville. I could drive to Nashville. Why have I not checked that off? That has been on my vision board for 3 years. 3 years. So I feel like sometimes we do vision boards too, just to say we did them. Like, oh, I want this. And you put like a fancy boat or a cabin or, stuff on there. And like, I don't know who just said, I didn't see the name, sorry, but you said you just crossed 3 things off your vision board. Kudos to you. It's been so long since I have crossed something off my vision board. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because I stopped putting that as a priority. So we need to start doing that. We need to know what is in our vision board, what is in our end goal. Like you can write all these stuff down, but if you're not really working for it every day, if you're not crossing them off, you know, what's the point? So that's the other thing. I'm a list person. I don't know if anyone here is a list person, but I used to do the 6 list every single day. I don't know if you guys know what the 6 list is. If you do, raise your hand. If you don't, so a quick, yes, I make a list. Awesome, Blaze. So 6 list. I learned it years ago. It works well, so well when you do it. But you know, Brian Tracy always said, swallow the frog, right? So it's a book. It's probably on my shelf over there, but it's a very good book if you guys haven't read it. Brian Tracy, he spoke at our last leadership. I don't remember if he was at conference or not 3 years ago. I feel like he was, but he's an amazing author. And Swallow the Frog is basically, no one wants to swallow a frog, right? So we put that on our list. Okay, we put it on the top. Why? Because once you've done the crappiest thing that you need to do for the day and it's out of the way, the rest of the stuff is nothing. But here's what we tend to do. We tend to say, oh, I've got to pick up Sally. I've got to get, you know, milk today, and I got to do this. And then here's the hard one down here. So then we finish 1 through 5, and item 6 stays on the list for tomorrow, and it just gets added to it again, right? And it keeps getting added and added, and it never gets done because that hard, we don't want to do. We don't want to face it, right? Well, the thing is, if we would just do the hard, the rest would seem so much easier. So my point is, when you're doing lists, you guys, and you get to cross off something every single day, I feel like we've accomplished something. And to me, that fills my heart. So I'm like, oh, I'm actually feeling like I'm doing stuff. I'm getting somewhere, you know, I'm working towards my goal. So if you're a list person, do that. Actually cross off that freaking list, scratch off that item, visually see that you're going forward, you're doing stuff. So, you're so funny, Star. Oh, Star. Almost baby time. So it helps you look where you guys, and here's another thing. And if you've been in this business, even 6 months, go back 6 months. It's kind of hard to compare 6 months, but if you can compare a year, if you've been in this business at least a year, go back into your back office and do a report. What was your, let's say your first year, you know, you do your sales. Because sometimes we feel like we're just doing crappy, right? And we go and we compare and you're like, holy crap, like my sales have grown so much. You know, cheer yourself on and you go do a post about that. Be like, you know what? A year ago, my sales were 5,000. This year I'm at 8,000. You know, celebrate those small wins because one, people want to see that you're winning. People want, you know, and don't use the dollar amounts, okay, because that's against compliance, whatever, but you can say group, you can do sales, you can say sales and show the numbers. Sorry. Just don't say this is dollar amount. But I want you guys to think about all the things in the business that you could be doing. That's something that's going to intrigue someone else. Like, holy crap, she's doing that much in sales? Like, this business is working. We are going to be in business for 10 years, you guys, and we are debt free. Like, people are still winning every single day. Okay. So work ethics and, you know, and determination will make you good income. But if you want more, you have to do more. So you might be doing the bare minimum every single day, but you guys, what I say is to make yourself extra, you need to do a little bit extra. So again, that's where I said, are you going live? Are you doing an unboxing? Just getting on every single Zoom does not make your business grow. Are you in people's messengers? Okay, or messenger. So that's where I said, you know, I was doing so good getting in people's messenger saying happy birthday. I wasn't doing it on their timeline anymore because one, it gets buried. So if I wasn't ballsy enough to give my quote unquote my daily message to get a sample in someone's hand, or let's say I knew it was someone that was in a different business, if it was someone that's already been thriving with me before, I still message them and say happy birthday in their messenger instead of posting on their timeline. Why? Because when that person responds thank you, I don't just leave it there. I reply back and I say, did you have any, you know, if it was past tense, let's say it was still today and I message you this morning, she replies back. I go say, do you have any big plans for your day? Now they message me back. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to spend time with the family. I message back. God, I love that. That is a great way to spend your day. I hope you have an amazing day. I'm keeping conversation going. I'm being a person. I'm being a good human. I'm asking. People want to talk about themselves. Wishing someone happy birthday, them saying thank you and leaving it. What's the point of even messaging them, right? We need to be good humans to other people. This business is about building relationships, network marketing. We're networking with people. We're being good humans. That's all this business is about. Being good humans and sharing this product and helping other people feel good, right? It's not about a sale. It's about helping and sharing. So the thing is, you guys, I want you to think about that the next time you see someone's post and they're having a crappy day, instead of just commenting on their post and being like, sorry to hear that, prayers to you, get into their messenger and say, hey, you know what? I saw your message. I just want to let you know that I'm thinking about you and I hope life gets better. Be a good human, because that is going to turn around tenfold for you and your business. That person might not, get on Thrive, but your energy and what you put out there to other humans is going to come back to you. If you get someone that is like crapping all over your timeline every single day, I just did it the other day. I actually did it to someone on their birthday. They're like, oh, it's my birthday, but I've had a shitty week and blah, blah, blah. And it was like swearing and blah, blah, blah. And I looked back at the history and I know I've seen the post and I just scroll by it, but finally I'm like, unfriend. I just don't have time for negative people anymore in my life. And it just opened up the spot for another person that I get to add, is the way I look at it. But and real quick, I'll scroll on you guys, adding people. When's the last time you guys added people? It's been a while for me. I always say, oh, I'm too busy with the people that I have in my inbox already, or in my, friends list right now. But we do need to keep adding people. So I was very diligent yesterday. I posted my video that I do every year for my twins. Happy birthday, blah, blah, blah. Show a big picture of me, all pregnant, and then I added people. I made sure my last post was not a Thrive post. Blaze, stop sucking at adding people. Just kidding. Just do it. So here's the thing. I make sure that my last post is not a Thrive post, because when I add people, I don't want them to see Thrive as my last post and be like, oh, that's the only reason she added me, is because she wants me to buy stuff from her. But, it depends on when these people are on Facebook, that might happen. But I try to let my post sit for a couple hours. So if someone's going to see it, then that's what they're going to see, and not going to see, Thrive. But with that said, when is the last time you added people? So I used to have a, mad method. Stephanie, I know she just types in a name and she adds people, and it works for her. Okay. That doesn't work for me. So what I do is I find a friend that I already know that's common from like my hometown, or I'll find someone from my college, or, high school, or whatever, that I have a good group with. And what I do now, this is the only way I can find out or see it, because Facebook is so dumb, but I go into like a comment that someone, or a post that someone has done that's had a lot of comments, or a lot of likes, a lot of love, a lot of likes. I click on those loves and likes, and then you can see who's loved and liked it. Okay. But the good thing about it is, on the right column, you're going to see first of all, you're already friends with all these people on the top, right? Okay, great. Scroll down a little bit. The people you're not friends with, that is the only way on Facebook I know that that'll say, John Doe, you have 24 mutual friends with the person. You have 1, you have 5, you have 7. I go through that list. Anyone that I have more than 20 friends with, I click on their profile. I make sure that I don't have any Thriver friends with them. If I don't, that's how I add them. So because Facebook, that is the only way for me to find out if I've got a lot of mutual friends with them. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm adding them. So like I said, I will scroll through. If they're with a different network marketing company, it doesn't necessarily mean I don't add them, but I'm very careful. But for the most part, if it's 20 or more mutual friends, I look first at their Facebook timeline. And if there's no Thrivers that I know that they're friends with, because usually those are the ones that pop up first, and the first, I think, 6 show up, I am adding them. Another thing that it helps me do is a lot of times as I'm doing that, I'll scroll through and it'll say friend request already sent. If that happens, I cancel it because I figured if they haven't accepted it yet, that will take it out. Because if you guys think about it, if you don't clean up your friend request too, that sits out there and it hurts your algorithm. So you want to constantly be adding new people, but you also don't want 100 pending either. Okay. And if you've got thrivers that are messaging you, requesting you, I just went through and I deleted all mine. No, sorry if anyone's on here. But I don't accept any more thrivers. I used to, but those people don't build my business, right? They might cheer me on and it might feel amazing to have all those likes and loves and comments, but they're not building my business. And that's what I need. That is so gross at the end. But the thing is I need to build my business, right? Because that's what we have to do. This is why we do this. So I want you guys to think about getting back to the basics today. So I started following all thrivers. Yes, please. That's what I did too. It's fun to have friends, right? It's fun to just BS with people on there, but at the same time, we have to be real with ourselves. As part of the reason we're on social media is to build a business, is to build a living, right? To be able to pay our bills, to be able to retire, to be able to do what we want, say that we own our time, to pay off all that debt. So we still have to, we keep our circle close, but people can follow us. We can love up on each other without, being friends with all the thrivers. So getting back to the basic, you guys. So whatever life is giving you, like I said, I told you I started working. I haven't done that in 12 years. I haven't figured out how to balance my life yet. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm figuring out how to say no to certain things, yes to the things that I need to. The things that I don't need to do, I'm not saying yes to anymore. I'm saying, no, that can wait. That can go on the back burner. I have to do this. I used to be at my kids' sporting events and I would go live on Facebook because that would show that I can do two things at once. I can bring an, headphone, ear pod, whatever it is, in one ear, be watching my kid and still be present in the moment and be there for my kid, but also be on a Zoom. I stopped doing that. I don't know why, but I stopped doing that. So back to the basics. What can you do? What can you do today that's going to build your business in 3 months? Because I'm telling you right now, what you're doing is not going to be instant. Okay. Don't think it's going to instantly just happen. You're going to be all of a sudden like jumping. But you guys, anyone that has not hit 4K, this is your time to look at that and go, I can do that. It's not difficult. Is it going to be hard work? Yes. But there's so many bonuses out there right now. These June bonuses make me want to puke. I'm like, I wish I had these because you know what? When I first started, we didn't have those bonuses. And I can tell you right now, I don't know where you live, but in Wisconsin, I think we're one of the least, but we're at $4.64 for a gallon of gas. I'm telling you, it's killing me when I have to drive an hour one way for one kid every single day of the week. I just drove an hour away Friday, Saturday, and yesterday for a sporting event for U13 little boys baseball, and it was horrible. We got killed by like 20 points in every game, and I'm like, oh my God, I just spent $70 this weekend in gas just to watch this. But we have to get gas, right? There's no way around it unless you work a mile from and you can bike, but I still wouldn't bike because I can't bike. I fall off them for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not coordinated. But here's the thing, you guys, gas prices are so expensive. Our groceries, I'm telling you, a family of 7 here, I don't even know how we're making it. We've just gotten more conscious on what we're purchasing. And we might not be getting all the extra snacks and candy and cookies that we used to for the kids. Or I started learning to make stuff myself. We're not eating out as much. But here's the thing, you guys, getting back to the basics, doing the things that you need to do is going to grow your business. You need free accounts. How many have you gotten? It's the 6th of the month. How many have you gotten? If you haven't got any, here's the thing. Why aren't you asking? Reach out to people and say, will you do me a favor? That's part. Are you guys in that boot camp? There is a boot camp going on. If you're not in one of the boot camps, ask around, ask your leaders, ask a person on your team that is not below you. Okay. or not below you, not above you, like directly above you, that is making money off of you. Ask a sideline. Ask someone to be your accountability partner, because I'm telling you, when we make ourselves accountable, it's so easy to give up, right? It's so easy to say, I'll do it tomorrow. So here's the thing. Ask someone, will you be my accountability partner? Will you check in with me every single day? And if you need to, do it to 2 people. So you're getting it from 2 different people, because that one person might forget too. So this is where we get to take charge of our own business. This is where we get to say, I need to kick my own ass. I need to kick myself in my ass and say, I need to do this because this is important to me. I want to hit this goal. Maybe you don't think that you can hit, I don't know how many free accounts it is. I can't remember, you guys, but maybe you think you can't hit 10 free accounts this month. Set your goal at 5. When you hit that 5, be like, shit, I did it. Let's double it. You can do that. You guys literally message those people. What I do is I message people and say, happy birthday. And I say, can I get a sample in your hand? This is for your birthday, only, blah, blah, blah. Usually they're $25 or whatever, whatever. So my message is not that, but I make them all sign up a free account. That's it. No credit card information needed. Just sign up a free account and I'll get you a sample. I do that as a birthday. The rest I sell. And then, or I, have reached out to people. This is the thing. You guys are going for $1,000 bonus, like $1,000 bonus, you guys. So here's the thing. Ask people, like, would you do me a favor? And tell people I'm going not for a bonus. Just tell people I've got big goals set for me. And I'm running this, a challenge with my team. Would you be willing to create a free account with me? No credit card information needed. I'll guarantee you those people are going to say yes. Who's not going to help you out? Who's going to tell you to screw off? No one. People love doing favors for people. If they don't have to spend a dime, knowing that they don't have to put their credit card information, why would they not? So make a goal. Even if you're running for this bonus and that's all you get 100% done is those free accounts, right? It's going to, they're going to drip on them a little bit. But you guys, it's accomplishing the little things that's going to add up. And then those people maybe are going to start seeing things a little bit more. Maybe you're going to ask them to do you a favor and they're going to say, what is this Thrive? I don't even know what it is. Boom, open the conversation. So here's the thing, you guys. I want you to go back to the basic. What did you do at the beginning? Again, have you done an unboxing? What is an unboxing? It's when you get your product, you guys, and you actually unbox it. That's what it is. Like, you're so excited about this product. As you open it, you're explaining what it is. Maybe you don't have product coming in. Do you have products that you can do, create some samples with? Do that. Go live and say, hey guys, come with me. We're going to work with me today. I'm putting together samples for people and literally package those samples up. Talk about, I'm packaging up these capsules. This is what they do. I'm packaging up these mixes. And everybody gets, 3 DFTs. What's a DFT? It's a dermafusion technology. It's your energy sticker, blah, 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 blah. So as you're packaging up samples, because they're going out to people, so they think you've got all these samples going on. Maybe they are, maybe you are doing it, but do packaging. Go live. People are like, oh, she's already making samples. I want one of those, because now you've explained it. So dream board. Reset your vision, you guys. If you don't have a dream board, go create one. I don't care if you have to go buy some magazines, stop at your local dental office, doctor's office. Most places don't have a lot of doctors that are going to have magazines sitting out with COVID, but there's certain, my chiropractor always gives me their old magazines. I ask them for it. Then I have a stack of magazines to go through. Okay. And then you have to have passion, you guys. Like, if you've lost your passion, you need to go back to the beginning. Why did you start? What is your why? Your why is different than, how you felt, like I felt amazing. I'm not drinking coffee. Like, there's so many people that love their coffee, don't want to give it up. But here's the thing. I tell them I still have a cup in the afternoon. I just don't need it to keep me going for the day. But you need to have a vision. That's the biggest thing. You need to have a vision. You need to have self-development. So go back to the basics. My thing today is, I don't care what you're going through. Not that I don't care. Okay, let me finish that. I care what you're going through. But my point is, what you're going through is going to be your fire. My biggest time going from jumping to 40K to 80K in 1 month was going through a divorce. Okay. Scariest time of my freaking life. I didn't know how I was going to put food on the table. That is when I grew, though, the most, is when I didn't have an option. Think about today, if you had bills piling up, if you don't know where you're, how you're going to pay for your bills, go sell 3 Thrive mini experiences at $25 and there's $75. That's going to pay for your gas bill. If you guys need instant cash, that's all you need to do. Maybe you don't have the product, ask your upline. I'm sure your upline would be willing to send out that sample for you. So you guys, get back to the basics. This is where we grow. This is where we stay excited. This is where we show our passion. So take those lemons that life is giving you and say, you know what? Screw you. I can overcome this. And I'm going to do this because this is not difficult. It's hard work, but it's not difficult. It's not rocket scientist. We're sharing about a product that we love. We're sharing about a product that has probably changed our lives, or we know it has changed someone else's life. Okay, that's all we're doing. So we share about so much crap in our life. It's crazy. I share all the time. I shared about my son's freaking hamburger the other day, some flamethrower a triple flamethrower that he got. People are like, where did he get that? That looks so good. I'm like, it's disgusting. It looks like a heart attack, but he's 15 years old and whatever, that works for him. I did not eat it, but we share about stuff daily without even knowing it. Why not share more about your Thrive? So stay consistent, reset your boundaries, tell yourself you've got this, you guys. Overcome those fears, because those fears are just going to hold us back in life. So thank you guys all for jumping on. I had 2 anxiety attacks while we were on. I'm sure none of you even noticed, but my heart was racing. And I got through it. You know what? Because that's what we do. So I'm off to go shower to start my day. So you guys, I just want you to know that you're loved. You guys are successful. Get those dream boards, get that vision. I write down on the top of, you guys, I write down my vision every single month. At the top of, I keep track every day of where my goal is, because I need to kick myself in my own butt every single day. So like literally, and I'm not finding it, but on the top of, I keep track daily of where my numbers are, because that's where I can compare month to month. And that is, again, because I am so competitive with myself. I want to know if I'm growing. I want to know if I'm behind. Because if I'm not keeping track, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know if I should, celebrate an accomplishment, or if I should kick myself in the butt saying I'm down. And I like to keep track of how many people have I signed up recently. And that I always put at the beginning of every month. This is what my PPA is. At the end of the month, this is where I've ended. So again, I keep myself accountable. And it's not that I keep myself accountable to feel sorry for myself at the end of the month, or feel like I haven't done it's just to step up my game. So, okay. So happy Monday. Go do a post about how Mondays don't suck. Don't become a billboard. Share your life. Take a picture of yourself at work or on your way to work. Oh my gosh, that's my dog. But, just show that you're excited, that life is amazing. Life can be amazing. Don't fake it though. If you're having a bad day, it's okay to say you're having a bad day. So, I love you guys all. And Shannon, are we still reading something at the end of these?
So many are not, but thank you so very much. This woman, even though she didn't want to, she filled in when we had somebody have an emergency. So she still showed up, even with her anxiety. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Join us Wednesday for Heather McCluskey. Other than that, have a great Monday. Go kick it butt. And
guys, blessings. Love y'all.
Bye.
Have a good day.